I ran for mayor for my kids, for the benefit of my children. I have 2 kids, and at the time they were 8 and 15, and I wanted to make sure that they could grow up in a city that was going to allow them to stay here. I wanted my kids to stay here. I wanted them to raise their families here and keep my grandkids here. And truthfully, you know, cities are communities that are just all about families, and I wanted my family close, and I'm sure everybody else wants their families close. So we need to build a city that has places for them to work, places for them to go to school, places for them to take their kids to play ball, and all of the things that are safe and warm about a community, and I wanted those things for my kids. You know, seriously, the first thing that you have to do to make sure that your city is benefiting families is make sure it's safe. And that has always been a top priority of mine. You know, we're a really, really fast-growing city, and so when you've got all of this new growth and all of these new roads and homes and all of those things, you really have to try to maintain that small town feel that made people move here in the first place, that makes people love Peoria. And so the way that you do that is by making sure that people can feel safe walking their dogs on the streets at night, and that there's a low crime rate, and that, you know, the perception of fear is just not there when you're at home. So we've got economic development, we've got our heritage, and we've of course got the safety that we need to have in our streets. I want to make sure that that we do government right. That is an option for all of us in politics, for all of us in government, that we bring transparency and ethics to this job. It does not have to be government as usual. It does not have to be politics as usual. It can be about who we want the personality of our city to be. Our cities take on personalities, and I want this city to have an honest and ethical and straightforward background in representation of our residents, of our citizens. It's the way government should be done, and that's one of the things that I'm very passionate about. I am really most proud of the things that enhance the quality of life for our residents. So I'll give you an example. We have a retirement community, and they had a truck route actually going right down the middle of this retirement community, and there is sand and gravel area near there, and so they had at one point up to 1,000 trucks a day bisecting their retirement community. They could not enjoy a peaceful, quiet life, and so I was able to get the funding to build a haul road that took those trucks in another direction, that was not impeding them or any other community. And so I'm really, really proud that those people now get to live in an environment that doesn't have a lot of diesel fuel and doesn't have a lot of noise and truck brakes and things that are impacting their quiet enjoyment in their community. My dad's parents, my grandparents, came over to Ellis Island on a ship from Sicily, and my father was the first in his family, the first generation to be born in America. They settled in Pennsylvania, and in 1929 he was born in Pennsylvania in a town that was just filled with other immigrants from Europe, almost exclusively actually from Italy, in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. And when he grew up, he met my mother in Pittsburgh, and her family was 100% Irish, immigrated from Ireland, and so my parents had to elope to be able to marry outside of their nationality, their heritage. And they did that, and it's really kind of a Romeo and Juliet story, well, except for it's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So 2005 was a long, long time ago. And we have really made a tremendous amount of changes. We are really, though, transforming ourselves from a small town, from a bedroom community, into a modern community that will, as I said, a complete city that will employ its own residents, that will offer all of the things that somebody needs right here in the city of Peoria to live and work and grow a healthy family, healthy community. They can go to the to the parks. There's plenty of trails for bikes and for hiking and for horseback riding. Our playgrounds are now all accessible, so we are retrofitting all of our older playgrounds with accessible playgrounds for all children, and we're building all of our new playgrounds so that every kid can enjoy the fun, not just able-bodied kids, but everyone. And we are transforming our water portfolio so that we plan for the future. I mean, that is really what I'm passionate about, is the future of the city of Peoria.